Hey YouTube, Geminijets 2000 here, coming at you with a fictional airport update. This one, a little different. I changed the layout around a little bit from the normal kind of PDX one, made it bigger. And yeah, so this is the same thing as the last fictional update, like Greater South Carolina International Airport. I named it something like that. But yeah, this fictional airport located in South Carolina. Just basically pretending it's another kind of city, basically in between Charlotte and Atlanta. Another big city which could support an airport like this. And it's a major hub for United, as in real life, United doesn't have a really big hub in the South. You know, you got their hub in Houston, that one in Washington Dulles, and nothing kind of in the middle. So this is kind of in the middle there. Then you got American with a kind of secondary hub, kind of trying to, keeping up with United. Yeah, we got 3 terminals. Terminal 1 here, which mainly is kind of international, some low cost and some other stuff. Terminal 2, which is United, International, American International, some other like low cost, all that kind of stuff. And then Terminal 3, which each side, you got American on that side and some One World stuff, and United on this side with some, and Delta down at the end, a couple gates. So yeah, and then I got a cargo area over here too, cargo and just another pad for remote stands. So yeah, pretty cool airport, a lot of gates and everything. We got the runway here, 10 left. Pretending that there'd be 2 kind of parallels parallel with this terminal here off in that direction, which would be like runway 16 left and right. Another runway, I guess this would be 10 right would be better, but have another parallel than like right here with this one. So that'd be cool. Or it could be 10 left and you have 10 right diagonally over there. But, something like that. But without further ado, we'll get into the update. Starting down here at the end, Terminal 1, we got Southwest. They've got 6 gates here. Got a 737-700 here, in from Orlando, coming out to Nashville. An 800 heading out to Midway and from Baltimore, empty gate. And another 700 here doing a Dallas left turn. Florida 1 going out to Fort Lauderdale. And a MAX 8 going to be heading out to Denver. That'll do it for Southwest. And getting on to the kind of international and common use. Once again, this terminal, Southwest. Then you got Frontier, Breeze, Sun Country for domestically, and the internationals, the other ones. Empty gate here, and then we got a Condor 767-300 gonna be heading out to Frankfurt. Right here's an LL 787-9 gonna be heading out to Tel Aviv. Cayman Airways 737-800 arrived in from Grand Cayman. Be heading back. We got a Frontier A320 gonna be heading up to Philadelphia. That's a Neo. A new model, we got the Breeze A220-100 arrived in from Richmond, Virginia. It's gonna be heading out to San Francisco. Then over here, we got an Icelandair 757-200, and from Reykjavik, we'll be heading back there in a couple hours. And again, over here, you got a Sun Country 737-800, arrived in from San Jose del Cabo, and it's gonna be heading out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. An empty gate right here, narrow body gate, and then right here, we got an Air France 777-300ER, doing the Paris-Charles de Gaulle service. I forgot to move these. This guy, right here, just pushed out of the gate next to him. We got a KLM 777-300ER pushing back for Amsterdam. Gonna take his gate is the Edelweiss A340-300 arriving in from Zurich. Just pushing out, we got a Frontier A320 heading out to Miami International and arrived in from Cleveland. Next in line for the gates here, we got a Virgin Atlantic 787-9, and he's doing the London Heathrow service. Got an A350-1000 on order from NG, just waiting for that. Got a bunch of models actually on order, but I was gonna wait to do an update, but they're just taking too long to come. There's like a few in each batch of them, which are are in, but then the rest are pre-orders, so it's just taking forever. But before we get to the last 4 here, I'll just get the guys taxing in. We got a Frontier A321 here. He's gonna take this gate right here. He just arrived in from Denver and will be heading down to Tampa, Florida. We've got a Southwest 737 MAX 9, or not Southwest, Alaska. He's gonna actually take this common use gate here. They park over in this terminal, but this terminal is kind of full, running out of Alaska gates. But yeah, he's early. He arrived in from Seattle, Tacoma. I'll be heading out back to Seattle in about an hour and a half. And Delta A330-300, they do not have a hub here, but they're just trying to keep competitive. They operate one international flight, and he just arrived in from Paris Charles de Gaulle. We'll be heading back in 3 hours. He's actually just waiting for some country will push out, and then he'll just park in these two gates here, the Delta 330. And just taking off, we do have a Air Canada 787-9 Dreamliner heading out to Toronto. Back over here, got an Avianca A321neo, arrived in from Bogota, and we'll be heading back there in like 5 hours, around 10 p.m. Got an Aeromexico 738, gonna be heading out to Mexico City doing a turn, and a WestJet 737 MAX 8 doing a Calgary turn. And Final Frontier aircraft here, got another A321. He's heading out to Las Vegas and arrived in from Las Vegas. I'll get the hard stands and cargo real quick while we're over here. Got an Egypt Air 789 is doing Cairo. We'll be heading back there at 10 p.m. Ethiopian 777-200 LR in from Addis Ababa via Dublin. And we'll be heading back directly to Addis Ababa. We got a Brussels A330-300 going out to Brussels, Belgium. Latam 767-300 going to be heading out. He arrived in from Sao Paulo at 8 a.m. this morning and is heading back there at 8 p.m. Long term, an SAS A350 and from Copenhagen heading back in 4 hours. And then we got a China Cargo 777F in from Anchorage and is going to be heading down to Miami. Got a United 777-200ER in the hangar there, getting some maintenance done. At the cargoes, we got a Prime Air 737-800 heading down to Lakeland, Florida, and arrived in from Baltimore. Just waiting here to cross the runway. We got a FedEx MD-11 heading out to Memphis and from Newark. FedEx 767-300 freighter and from Indianapolis heading out to LAX. Prime Air 767-300 freighter and from Cincinnati heading out to Ontario, California. DHL just gonna pull into this spot here. He's in from Cincinnati as well. Then we'll be heading out to Colgan, Germany. And then we got some UPS guys. We got a 763 heading out to Louisville. And arrived in from Greenville, Spartanburg. MD-11 here heading out to Miami International and arrived in from San Juan. It's another 763 heading out to Chicago, Rockford, and arrived in from Philadelphia, and a 752 here heading out to Billings and arrived in from we'll say Fort Worth, DFW, Dallas Fort Worth. That does it for over there. We're gonna get on to the regular terminal side here. As I was saying earlier, major United hub and still a pretty good sized American hub. Right now the time is it's a bank for United. So basically this is like 5 p.m. It's like 5:10 right now. The bank started at 5 p.m. So all the passengers and the planes, they all arrived like just before 4. So basically all the passengers can get off, then connect to all the outbounds, and now they're all getting ready to all leave within like 30 minutes. So all the ones taxiing out had like 5 o'clock departures. The ones pushing are like 5:10, 5:15 departures. And the ones still at the gates are like 5:20, 5:30 departures. So they're all getting ready to go. Then they'll clear out all the gates. And American will take a few of their gates. But before we get to that, we'll just get the other airlines here down at the end. We got a Spirit A321 in Fort Lauderdale, and it's going to be heading out to Chicago O'Hare. An A320 heading out to Houston Intercontinental and arriving from Baltimore. And a Neo right here is in from Vegas. We'll be heading out to Oakland. He's gonna taxi around a little, find a gate. Yeah, because Alaska's taken this United gate, and so yeah, we'll figure that out. But with Alaska, we got a 900ER here, 737. He arrived in from Los Angeles and will be heading out to San Francisco in an hour. He's going to take this United 739 gate. Everything on this side of the of the sky bridge here is kind of common use gates basically for, and this part of the terminal. Then you got JetBlue and Spirit down at the end. But also in line waiting for a gate, we got an Iberia A350, and from Madrid, he's gonna take the gate where the United 7810 is pushing out. Right here, we got a British Airways 789, gonna be doing London Heathrow. And right here is a Allegiant A320 doing a St. Petersburg, Florida turn. And right here is an American 787-9 Dreamliner. And he is in from Barcelona and will be heading out to Athens, Greece. Empty gate here, he's basically taking up 2 narrow body gates to fit in there. That's the same actually, most of the gates at this terminal. They basically, they're all narrow body gates, but they have line spans so they can fit wide bodies in between. So it blocks us on the narrow body side, but right here we got a JetBlue A321 getting ready to head out to LAX, and he arrived in from LAX. The other side here we got an A320 going up to Boston and arrived in from Tampa. And right here's a 321 doing JFK turn. And next here, just pulling into this other common use gate, we got an American 737-800. This one's in the Air Canada retro livery. He's just arrived in from Raleigh, Durham, and it's going to be heading out in a couple hours. Their push is kind of, the arrival bank is like right now, and then the flights will depart in a little over an hour, so the passengers can connect in between. Yeah, he's in from Raleigh, Durham, and we'll be heading down south to Cancun at 6:30 p.m. A few other planes here. We got an Alaska 737-900ER right here in from Portland, heading back. Then we'll get this Alaska right here. We got a 737-800, which is in from San Jose, California, and is heading back there. And next on here, we will get to the United Bank. This time period is kind of, I have so many United models. It's kind of just all, it's a lot of kind of Caribbean, South Central America arrivals and people connecting up to North America, Americas, along with some America inbounds from domestic. But starting out here, we got a 737-900ER for United. This is the domestic gate, so he's not doing any international stuff. But he arrived in from Boston Logan and is heading out to Hartford, Connecticut. Right here, we got a TAP A330neo going out to Lisbon, Portugal. Right next to it, we got a United 777-300ER. He's going to be heading out to Frankfurt, Germany, and he arrived in from Tokyo, Narita a little bit ago. Next to here, we got an American 777-300ER, which just arrived in from London Heathrow, and is going to be heading out to Sao Paulo at 8:45 p.m. Down on the other side, we got a United 787-10 pushing back from Munich, and he arrived in from LAX. And then right here pushing out, we got a 739 pushing out for, he's going down to Fort Lauderdale and arrived in from St. Martin. And then right here is a 787-9 for United, going to be heading out to London Heathrow, and he arrived in from, we'll say he came in from Athens. And then right here is another 739. He's pushing back, heading up to Milwaukee, and arrived in from Liberia, Costa Rica. We got a 763 here, just looking for a pushback. And he arrived in from Nice in France and is heading out to Geneva. We got a 222 here, just pushing out, 200ER, pushing back for Rome from Seoul, Incheon, a couple hours ago. On the other side here, we got another 787-10, just getting last few bags and containers loaded. And he's heading out to Paris Charles de Gaulle and arrived in from Amsterdam. Right here's a 757-200, gonna be heading out to Madrid and arrived in from Porto. Right here's a 777-200ER pushing back for Milan, Italy, and he arrived in from Zurich, Switzerland. And that's the Starlines livery, beautiful plane made by NG Models. Right here is a 787-8 Dreamliner. Yeah, sorry about that. And he is just pushing back for, he is heading out to Lagos, and arrived in from, he came in from Honolulu at noon, so a little while there. Then on the other side here, we got a 787-9 Dreamliner for United. And this 789 here is heading out to Cape Town, South Africa, and arrived in from Brussels, Belgium. Other heavies here, we got another 777 300 yards lined up and waiting on the runway. United 333, and he's heading out to Tel Aviv, Israel. And he arrived in from Delhi, India. A few other internationals here on the other side. We got a 764 for United here, arrived in from Berlin, and he's going to be heading out to Dublin. And then right here's a 752, the Gerard here, California. And he arrived in from Barcelona, and it's going to be heading out to Tenerife in the Canary Islands. And then on the other side here, we got a 752 for United pushing up from Reykjavik, Iceland, and he arrived in from Lima, Peru. And for the rest of the Uniteds, all the narrow bodies will head back to the runway here. Get with these. We got an A319 here next in line, heading out to Grand Rapids, and he arrived in from Key West. 752 heading out to Edinburgh and arrived in from Shannon. We got a CRJ 200 here heading out to Columbia, quick flight, and arrived in from, and he's heading up to Tri-Cities, Tennessee. Next in line here, we got a CRJ 550 heading out to Wilmington, North Carolina, and he arrived in from Charlotte. Then right here is a 737-800, arrived in from St. Thomas, and is heading across over to Salt Lake City. We got an A320 here, which arrived in from St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, and he's heading out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. We got a 737-700 right here, which arrived in from Cozumel and is heading out to down to Tallahassee, Florida. Right here's a 737-900ER, which arrived in from Cancun and is going to be heading out to Phoenix. At the gate here, we got a 738, we'll be pushing in like 10 minutes, and he's heading out to Sacramento, California, and arrived in from New York, LaGuardia. And here's the 738 pushing out. He came in from Providenciales, Turks and Caicos, and is going to be heading out to Boise, Idaho. We got a 737-700 here, which arrived in from came in from Mérida, Mexico, and is heading out to El Paso, Texas. And just pushing back here, we got the Continental Retro 739, and he's pushing back for Seattle, Tacoma, and arrived in from Guatemala City, Guatemala. And taxiing out here, it's getting kind of congested here, so the rest of the planes are just going to taxi out, pretending there's a taxiway behind there, which comes and loops around back here. But we've got a 737-900ER here, which came in from San Pedro Sula, Honduras, and is going to be heading out to Panama City, Panama. And then right here is a A319, which is heading out to Billings, Montana, and arrived in from, we'll do, how about Memphis. Then right here's a A320 pushing back for Nashville and arrived in from San Antonio. And before I forget and go on to the other side of the terminal here, we'll get the regionals here, the rest of the regionals for United Express. Got some CRJs and E175s. Got another CRJ 200 here in from Asheville heading out to Augusta. Other side here, another 200 in from Roanoke heading out to Knoxville. Got an E175 here, pushing back for Flint, Michigan. And arrived in from Gainesville, Florida. Just pushing back here, we got an E170, and he's pushing back for, he's gonna be heading out to Huntsville, Alabama, and arriving from Montgomery. And the last United Express here, another E175 heading out to Lexington, Kentucky, and came in from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Right here at the satellite terminal here, we got a couple 737s, a MAX 8 here in from San Salvador, and 900ER in from Belize City. We got the MAX 8 heading out to Vegas, and the 900ER heading out to Denver. We got an A319 here down at the end, and he is in from Little Rock, Arkansas, and is heading up to Indianapolis. Back over to this terminal here, just a few more Uniteds, and then the Deltas. And the other side there is the American hub. But yeah, right here we got another 737-900ER. And he arrived in from San Diego and is going to be heading out to, we'll send him to St. Louis, Missouri. empty gate 320 pushing. Got a max 8 just pushing out here, and he is pushing out for Orange County, Santa Ana, California. And he arrived in from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Empty gate here, and we've got a 320 just waiting to push here. He's going to be heading out to Austin, Texas, and he arrived in from San Juan, Puerto Rico. And we got a Max 9 here, still wearing the old livery, and he is in from Bridgetown, Barbados, and is going to be heading up to Rochester, New York. We've got a 738 here in the Star Alliance livery, in from Curacao, and he's going to be heading out to, we'll send him to Kansas City, how about? We'll get the Deltas here in a second, but last couple Uniteds here, two 737-800s, one of the Star Wars livery. I think they repainted this, but this is a beautiful model. I'm gonna probably have it in every, at least United Hub update. So, but yeah, two 738s here, in from Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and Montego Bay, Jamaica, and they'll be heading out to, we got going out to Omaha, Nebraska, and Portland, Oregon. That'll do it for United. The Deltas here. We've got an A321 here, and he arrived in from Salt Lake City. He's headed back. A220-100 doing a Detroit turn. 739 here, just arriving in from Atlanta. Be heading back. Got a CRJ-900 in from LaGuardia, heading back, and a 717 in from Minneapolis doing a turn. All just hub stuff for them, and we will get over to American. Now the American hub, it's not as big. They got a lot more regionals and stuff, but still location of this airport being kind of more southern, in South Carolina. We've got a lot more flights out to, Caribbean, Central South America. So kind of like a mix of Miami, Houston, and Charlotte. I guess Washington Dulles too a little bit. But yeah, we'll get to the American hub. We got a couple A321s here. First one with the Sharklets is heading out to San Juan. This one's heading out to Boston. This one arrived in from Austin, Texas, and this one arrived in from, I will say, Chicago O'Hare. We got a 738 here in the TWA retro livery, and he's going to be heading out to, he's heading out to Punta Cana and arrived in from Nashville. And then we got another A321 here, and he is heading out to Las Vegas, came in from Phoenix. We got a Max 8 here, going to be heading out to Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, and he arrived in from New York, LaGuardia. And right here is a 737-800, the retro chrome livery, and he's going to be heading out to Tampa, Florida, and arrived in from Baltimore. And right here's an A321, the new veterans livery, and he is going to be heading out to good old Dallas, Fort Worth. And arrived in from, I will say, came in from Los Angeles. Then right here's the 737-800 in the Astrojet retro livery. And he is in from San Diego, and we'll be heading out to, he's heading out to Cartagena, down in Colombia. Right here we got a Royal Jordanian 787-8 Dreamliner, and he's heading out to, Amman, Jordan. He arrived in like 6-7 hours ago at one of the just regular wide-body international gates. Actually, I guess a lot of these, some of these are international inbound. So, whatever. But Amman, Jordan, and then right here is A319 for American, and he's heading out to Charleston, South Carolina. Arrived in from Jacksonville. We'll get the regionals here in a second, but here's a 777-200ER in from Dublin, Ireland, and we'll be heading out to Buenos Aires, Argentina in a few hours. A few other main lines here. We got a couple A321s. The first one, Wing Fence A320CO, and he's going to be heading out to Philadelphia and arrived in from Seattle. Next to him, we got the A321neo. And he's heading down to Miami and arrived in from San Francisco. And right here we got a 737-800, gonna be heading down to Medellin, Colombia, and arrived in from, Orlando. And right here pushing out, we got a Final American and an A321. He's pushing back for, and he came in from Fort Lauderdale and is heading up to Washington National, DCA. I guess I almost forgot, but lastly for the airport, it'll be just all the American Eagle regionals. And next up here, I got two kind of piers here, just 175s, E145s, and CRJs. And first off with them, we got an Envoy E175 in from Nassau in the Bahamas. He's going to be heading down to, actually he's heading out to Nassau and came in from Pensacola. Coming up here to this pier, another E175 here. And this Envoy operated bird is heading out to St. Louis. He arrived from Norfolk, Virginia. We got a E145 operated by Piedmont. He's heading out to Greenville, Spartanburg, and arrived in from Memphis. Right here's a CRJ 900 right here, in from he's in from New Orleans, Louisiana, and is going to be heading out to Hartford, Connecticut. And right here's another E145 by Piedmont. That's PSA and that's CRJ, and he's in from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and is going to be heading out to Huntington, West Virginia. We got a CRJ 700 here. Actually, the registration on this is SkyWest. PSA also operates these planes. But yeah, we'll say he's heading out to Jackson, Mississippi, and arrived in from Detroit. Right here's another CRJ 700, and he's going to be heading out to, he arrived in from Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and is going to be heading out to Hilton Head, South Carolina. And we got an E170 here for Envoy in retro livery, and he is in from Columbus, Ohio. He's going to be heading to Louisville, Kentucky. Another CRJ 900 for PSA heading up to Dayton, Ohio. And he's in from Melbourne, Florida. Then right here is an E170 operated by Republic. And he's going to be heading out to Albany, New York. We arrived in from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And then we got an E145 and a CRJ 700 here. 145s operated by Piedmont. And he's in from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and is going to be heading out to Mobile, Alabama. And then right here we got the SkyWest operating 4 American Eagle CRJ 700. And he's in from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and is going to be heading down to Daytona Beach, Florida. So that does it for this airport update here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it's been so long since the last one. I do have a bunch of like unboxing videos on my phone, which I just need to put together into like a massive unboxing video. But until then, I hope you guys enjoy this. Yeah, currently I haven't been too busy with work, but it's like I'm not like home as much. But so yeah, I'm just gonna put this together while I'm on reserve or something. But yeah, if you don't know, I'm now I just started flying the Embraer 145 as a first officer just about a couple months ago. So yeah, just been building time that. I almost got 100 hours in it, and yeah, it's truly awesome. It's great. And yeah, home now. Was on a cruise last week. That was cool. Maybe go somewhere again in a couple of weeks. But yeah, until then, you can see updates on my airline adventures and stuff on like Instagram. I do a lot of stories when I go places. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram at Geminijets _2000. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.